that's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I choose love, love, love. Love, love, love. I choose it, love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I choose peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. I feel it, peace, 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 peace. I choose peace, peace, peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I choose joy, joy, joy. I feel it, joy, joy, joy. Every day it's joy, joy, joy. I'm choosing joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that
Celebration Center for Spiritual Living. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness, it's so nice to have people here in the room with us. It's so nice to have you joining online. Yay! Everybody is very excited to be back, as you can probably hear on the live stream if you're tuning in from home. And whether you are joining us here in the room or whether you are joining us at home, boy, we are glad that you are joining us today. Even if you're joining us later, even if you're watching this a decade from now, we're still glad you're here. If you don't know who I am, my name is Reverend Chris Ashley. I'm the senior minister here at Celebration Center, and we are physically located in Falls Church, Virginia. However, we have a truly global community with a commitment to offer all of our events and classes and services and everything in either online only or in a hybrid manner. So no matter where you're from, you can truly be a part of this community. I am so excited for today, obviously. We are back in person as well as online doing a hybrid service. We're also transitioning to a new hybrid community time right after the service. So whether you are here in the room or online, you will be able to join for that. Online, you can go to our Zoom room. If you go to celebrationcenter.org and click on Enter Zoom Events, it will take you to that room where you can be a part of that hybrid time. If you're here, just stay here, and ta-da, you've made it. We have a really exciting service today. We have Joey Jenkins joining us as our musician. Again, he has been here before. I absolutely love his music and his energy. He's such a bright light, and we are so glad to have him. Let's give him a round of applause. Our fearless practitioner, Jen Fay, is our prac on platform today, so she will be offering our prayer and reading. Let's give her a hand. We have our tech team. We have a whole team now, people, in the back who are making everything work out, and all of our technology work, all of the sound in the room, everything online, the camera, all of it. So let's give them a round of applause. And then we are talking about one of my favorite subjects, and I know that I say that every month about every subject, but this one is really one of my favorite subjects. So today I'm talking about say yes to the yes, and this whole month we are focusing on creativity. So we have all kinds of really cool stuff planned for this month. Painting, y'all are going to be painting, y'all are going to be contributing online. We have people who are going to be painting while we give messages later in the month. Just really cool stuff going on this month for creativity. So I'm super excited for what today holds and for what the whole month holds. So, welcome everyone. We have a few announcements today. You might notice that it is 11:03. That is because we are changing the time of our service. We used to start our services at 11, then it got to move to 10:50 for a whole series of reasons. None of those reasons exist anymore, and so we are moving it back to an 11 o'clock service. And so, I didn't know that was something that people were going to be excited about, but we have some excitement. So if you came at 10:50, I super appreciate it. I made very quiet announcements about it because I was a little selfish and I wanted to hug everyone at 10:50. So please be here at 11, and that is that. Also, as y'all have been hearing, Andy Murphy, who is in the room today, yay Andy, is starting a blog called Metaphysics Today with the intention that this is going to become a community where people can have these lively discussions about topics and metaphysical stuff and science of mind and thoughts and ideas and all of that. And it's beginning with a blog. So if you would like to be a contributor of that blog, we ask that you email Andy. And in just a moment, we will put that email up on the chat for everyone. And if you're here in the room, just go talk to him and he will tell you how to be a contributor for that blog. Also, we have a drum circle coming up with Brent Mast, who is also here in the room. Yay, Brent! That is on April 9th from 2 to 3:30 here in Haight Hall. There is an RSVP required, and so you can find all of the information for that and sign up at celebrationcenter.org. And we are so excited that the weather's warming up and we're back here in person so that those drum circles can resume. Whew, okay, and without further ado, I would love for all of us to recite our vision together. And as a reminder, we do this every single week, because we want to all ensure that we are on the same boat, in the same book, on the same chapter, maybe even the same page. And we do that by reminding ourselves where we're all headed together. And so please recite this vision with me. We are celebrating spirit within and knowing the oneness of humanity. Yes, we are. And so now I'm going to invite Joey up for an opening song.
Thank you, Reverend Chris. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And good morning, Celebration Center. How is everybody this morning? I'm so glad to hear that, and I'm so glad to be back. I was lucky, in the way that these things work. Sometimes we'll call it fate. Sometimes we'll call it luck. I don't think of them as too different. To meet Ms. Lynn Hollyfield, your musical director, and she reached out to me and asked if I could come here and play some music for you, but also with you this wonderful Sunday, April 3rd. My favorite month, by the way. I'm going to have a birthday later this month. Happy early birthday. Thank you. So this is a song about trusting yourself, about potential hermitage, and it's my favorite song that I've written. You guys hear that okay? I'm glad. If after this song means something to you, please let me know. Starting from zero, there's nothing like nothing, and I'm not a hero to anyone but me. No, I'm in my head too deep, caught up in thoughts I am willing to dread, and by now it's like bread to me, but I am still hungry. Well, I'm not the worst. No, I'm not the words you'd use to describe me. I'm a reflection of all you respect, and you came to find me. I am the secrets you wish to reject, and you try to hide me. But I am the last thing that you would expect. I could be a healer, I could be hurting, I could be lost on these 6 city streets, I could be searching, I could be more than your prayers provide. If you need a brother, or I could be just what you see with your eyes, a criminal lover. Or I could be empty. It's not such a bad thing. Married to emptiness, hollow a sweet ring out of the story, perfecting. Find where my ends meet, like best friends connecting. Sunsets and bed sheets with none of the glory. I am the ocean, I am the sky, all the expanses you hope to explore when you're too scared to try. I am the dances. This is the wrong words real quick. I am the chances that walk through the door you would pass by. And I am the dances when you were unsure. I might be a shy boy, but is it kindness or violence? 'Cause I can talk hours and into the night, but I can stay silent. I might be waiting for somebody strong to come get me. Or I might be hoping each one of you all will help me forget me, so that I can be empty and nothing can have me. Closer to peace than bliss. Take nothing from me and keep nothing for me. The best thing is that nothing can trap me. No, there's nothing distressing about molding my soul into constant outpouring. You know, I should be empty. It's not such a bad thing. Married to emptiness, I could hollow a sweet ring out of that story, perfecting. I could find where my ends meet, just like best friends connecting. Sunsets and bed sheets with none of the glory. Thank you. Thank you all. Return the floor.
Good morning. Boy, it feels good to be here. So welcome, welcome. And I want to say welcome to any new people. I think everyone here has been here before. And but if there's someone out there in the ethers, that's not the right word, cosmos, the internet, please let us know you're there. And actually, everyone can let us know you're there in the chat, because it's just good to know who's there. So I'm the practitioner today, and practitioners have spent time studying spirituality and the philosophy of science of mind. And in that focus, we have learned to hold consciousness and recognize the truth in all situations. And so from that, we pray. And we are open to, one-on-one prayer and counseling sessions. And you can find out more about that on the website, celebrationcenter.org. And if you would like to request a prayer, if you're here in person, we have prayer cards that you can fill out. If you are out there on the internet, you can go to the website, and there's a button about asking for affirmative prayer on that first page. And then you can also send an email, prayer@celebrationcenter.org, and so there's multiple ways to have your requests fulfilled. And there's a group of us that pray on those, all the practitioners, and for all week we pray on those requests. It is a powerful thing, this thing called prayer, where we, affirm and get clear about what we really want. And sometimes that alone, just getting the clarity, is what we need. So the reading today is coming from Elizabeth Gilbert's book, Big Magic. I do love, also, like Reverend Chris, I do love creativity and the opportunities to express oneself creatively. So she writes that to ease your creative expression, consider this. All ideas belong to the divine that is seeking a receptive, collaborative soul. When divine ideas find you, it is magic, for they make you feel so alive. She goes on to say that ancient Romans believed that every household had a house elf that was a genius. And so instead of someone in the house being thought of as, a highly gifted person or being a genius, that person had a genius. And so there was a big difference between being a genius and having a genius. This helps to keep the artist's ego in check and protect the artist, from taking full credit or blame for the outcome. For any pressure to be great stifles creativity. Divine ideas aren't given as an experience of success. They're not given for success. They are given for the experience of experimenting in self-expression, allowing spirit to express itself through each of us. Please join me in prayer. And so as we breathe into our hearts, we find whatever quality we're longing for. That spiritual essence of our being holds all the qualities that we long to experience. And it even can hold, that heart is so strong, it can even hold deep sadness and a sense of joy. It is so strong and capable, so wise and intelligent, so compassionate and kind, that it supports us no matter what we're experiencing. And so as we dive deeper into the spiritual essence as creativity, there is so much light, so much wonder, so much mystery in this process of where did that idea come from? For so many times I will get something that does not feel like me, does not feel like something I would come up with from the human perspective on my own. And I am grateful for those moments, for they uplift and expand what's possible. They feel grand and something to reach for, and yet they are common, and they are filled with something that I need and something that we each need in some mysterious way. And so creativity from the mystical perspective, we simply welcome it. We welcome it not to be successful, but to be allowing Spirit to speak through us. For we are a unique outlet for Spirit, and what we have to express can only be expressed through us. I am grateful for this truth and for those who are already fully expressing their creativity, like our musician today, Joey. He is a beautiful demonstration of what is possible when one allows Spirit to speak. I simply release these words and ideas into that law that responds to what we believe, and as our beliefs continually expand, as we are continually embracing more of who we are and the essence of Spirit within us, that creative expression expands. We are blessed. and so it is.
Jin, thank you. That was really beautiful. And I agree with, I'm going to say 99% of it. I loved that compliment, but just like anybody and everybody, there is still so much for me to explore. I was speaking with Terry and Andy before the service began, and I haven't written a new song that I really like, that I feel like encompasses, any, relatively recent aspects of the journey that I'm on, in longer than I'd like. And so, I'm really grateful when I get to receive spirit and channel it as music, as creativity. And I'm equally grateful when people listen to it. Thank you all. But there's a lot more coming. Always, all the time. So, thank you all again, and please enjoy and join me in this rendition of something that I was able to receive and channel. This is a message from. Well, I have a community. I have a wonderful online community that's been maintaining weekly open mics remotely. And so we've been giving each other monthly song prompts. And the prompt for this was Baby Martians. So this is a message from Mars. And I hope that you all receive it in love. I come from a world many light years closer than you might expect. Lived over 3,000 years, so I'm excited to hit puberty. The mission to learn more about you, I chose to accept. So many mysteries surround you, your old ways are still new to me. I've watched you enjoy and I've watched you enjoy and destroy and explore and ignore life. Learned that your appetite for change is both meager and insatiable. My people failed to adapt and went extinct, but we adored life, no matter how it thrived. So allow me to offer some advice. I hope you can embrace it all. The story of my people. We were great, we were meek, we defended any weakness with a kindness and intent to preserve the innocent. We had everything we needed, every victor still conceded. Those defeated served a purpose that is valued more than service. There were bigger ones and bolder ones, more steady at the shoulder ones, and the weaker ones were speaker ones who never felt the need for guns. There were faster ones and slower ones, but none that we called lower ones, and the wiser ones surprised us all the time, and we loved it. The greater ones debated all our fates, but refused to be humble. And their lessers felt the pressure when they stumbled. But I've got some questions for you. Do you ever look up? Do you ever look down? Have you ever realized that deciding you're self-actualized implies that you're a clown? Why is your sky blue? And why don't I have one too? In 12,000 years when you've evolved and I've grown ears, I hope you get this message. I knew distant ones I missed and ones I never should have kissed. And once I learned enough to say it, I was only celebrated. There were many we called others, who we knew as well as brothers. The only difference or division was that of the mathematicians. There were dimmer ones and brighter ones, and ones who liked to work instead of play. There were darker ones and lighter ones. I think that even you have met the grays. The ancient ones were patient ones, regarded and placated by their minions. And the newer ones grew fewer once they started growing strong in their opinions. But I've got more questions for you. Have you counted the stars? And where did you get the name Mars? Is there some kind of deeper purpose to your nervous circuitry beyond electric charge? What is a misanthrope? And why don't you make better use of the gyroscope? How do you destroy your own history and then forget your God? Oh, I hope you get this message. It might be hard to hear, but I don't just want your ear. I want to save your souls. It might be hard to hear, but I've lost so much, so dear, that could have been saved. So please try to listen and not just be told. We were lovers, we were fighters, we were all of us great writers. We were lighters of the fires that excited and inspired. No one's love was unrequited, and there were none left uninvited. When our voices rose in choirs, praising those upon the pyres, we believed in what would strengthen, what could deepen, what could lengthen the short time given everyone, 81 millennium. We encouraged introspection, and we even made exceptions that it's okay to be selfish, but in the end it didn't help us. Like a dream, my people's spirit still lives on in me, so please accept our warning. Like a dream, I hope you don't forget our meeting in the morning. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much, Joey. I like that song. Terry said she'd like me to explain that in the sermon. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Especially since I just realized that I don't have the correct sermon pulled up. So we'll see what's going to happen. Wow, it's good to have people here. It's interesting to speak to an empty room, knowing that I'm really speaking to people, but I can't see them. So I like the kind of balance of knowing there's people out there I can't see and having people here that I can see. So say yes to the yes, and I feel like there's a unspoken subtitle of say no to the no. And what this first brought up for me is this idea of hell. It's either a hell yes or a holy no. Those are your options, a hell yes or a holy no. And so if it's not a hell yes, if it's a yes, or a maybe, or a, well, it's a holy no. That's the only two options. And for me, it is really challenging to embrace and accept my holy no. Because I don't know about any of y'all, maybe this is just a me problem and nobody else on the planet has this problem, but I am a bit of a people pleaser. And I like for people to be happy. And I like to do things for people. And I like to see people, joyful and things like that. And so my initial gut reaction, and this was also, I think, the way a lot of us were raised, is you say yes, ma'am, or yes, sir, when when an adult tells you to do something. My initial gut reaction when somebody asks me to do something is to say, yes, ma'am. That good old Southern upbringing, that good old North Carolina upbringing, right? And yet, that doesn't always serve me. And so instead, I get to pause and I get to say, what serves me? Because the truth is that a holy no is a hell yes to something else. And so if somebody asks me for something or to do something and it's a no, and I honor that no, what I'm saying yes to is myself, my own boundaries, other commitments that I've already made, or being clear in honoring that friendship or that relationship, and being clear in what is and is not working for me. And when I do that, all of a sudden, our relationship, our friendship can exist at a deeper level because you can trust me to tell you the truth. And that is profound. And I think that that is hard to come by in this society because we're all just trained to say, yes, yes, yes. Even if inside, our insides are screaming, no, no, no. And as Brene Brown says, y'all know I got to talk about Brene Brown, clear is kind and unclear is unkind. And we so often, I don't remember where I heard this. It might have been Brene Brown. I'm currently listening to her audiobook, The Atlas of the Heart. It is mind-blowingly profound. So we are going to be doing something with it later as a community, probably this summer. But we also, Reverend Ryan and I went to North Carolina to visit family last week, and we listened to The Power of Vulnerability by Brene Brown, a workshop that she did, the 6-part workshop. So I have a lot of Brene Brown in my head, but she was talking about, I shouldn't have told you all of that because I just lost it. Hell yes and holy no. In the moment? I'm in the moment? Yes. Checking in with your body and that screaming no. And that willingness, so often, that's what it was. So often, we're so not okay with being uncomfortable that we would rather live with 90 seconds of comfort and then days, weeks, months, years, lives of regret and resentment than to live with 90 seconds of discomfort and a lifetime of clarity and staying true to ourselves. That, when she said that, I was like, oh, like I felt a little called out, because how often do I choose those 90 seconds of comfort over myself? How often do I choose to stay quiet or to shut myself down because I'm so worried about what the other person is going to think or say or do, rather than being true to myself? And I'm not saying go out and just, yell at everyone or be unkind. However, I'm saying that when you say hell yes to that inner part of you, then those holy no's can resonate in a way that is truly holy and sacred and loving and invites a deepening of the relationship. Those moments of discomfort, it's like pulling taffy, where you have to pull it and pull it and pull it, and then it comes together. And so we can be like that too. So for me, something that is a hell yes that I have stuffed down and repressed and not done for many, many years is my creativity. And I have always said, well, I'm not an artist. I'm not really that creative, you know. And I know Miriam and I have had a conversation about this, and she has a whole spiel on creativity and who is not an artist. Spoiler alert, everyone is. So I see her back here laughing at me because she knows where I'm headed. But the truth is that we are all creative. So I'm going to do something that I don't do very often. I'm gonna read from the Bible. Everybody take a breath. It's okay. I'm gonna read from Genesis 1, the creation story. And so 1:26 says, "Then God said, 'Let us make humankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground.' So God created humankind in its own image. In the image of God, it created them." And so I actually read a bunch of creation stories this week. I found this website that just linked to all of these creation stories and myths of all of these religious traditions and indigenous peoples. And I was thinking about, what can all of these creation stories tell us about ourselves? Because so often we look at these creation stories to tell us about God. But if it's all one, then what these creation stories are really telling us is about ourselves. And so if you read the whole, I'm not going to read the whole Genesis 1 to y'all, but if you remember, if you grew up in the Christian tradition or in the Catholic tradition at all, God created the world in 7 days, and it created light and dark and all the animals and the plants and the seas, and it, separated the dry land from the wetlands, and it did all of this stuff, and it made this world that is so profoundly unique and creative and inspiring and magnificent. And then it says God created us in its image, because we are that, right? We are God. We are that thing that is ever creating. And so if we look at this creation story and we say, what can we know about ourselves from this? We can know that we are wildly creative, each and every one of us. And we can know that when we look out into the world, when we see platypuses and moose and the baboa tree and the oceans and all of the animals, and when you get down in the dirt and you see all of the microbes and the bacteria and all of this stuff that is so beyond imagining, that is just right here on this planet. Well, we were created by and as and are that thing that created all of that. That is our creativity. That is what is flowing through and in and as each and every one of us in every moment of every single day. We are wildly creative. There's no other option. You don't get to say, I'm not creative, because that would be like saying, I'm not me, or I'm not the divine, or God is all there is except for me. I'm separate. God is infinite, absolute, eternal, ever expressing through everything, except for me. I'm just over here on the side of all that is, right? And that's not the reality. The reality is that thing that is so wildly creative is also each and every one of us. And so the question is not, am I creative? The question is, how am I expressing my creativity? What am I doing to express my creativity? And maybe your thing is not poetry or music or painting or something like that. Maybe your thing is creatively serving the world. Maybe your thing is finding ways to creatively make strangers smile on the streets. Maybe your thing is creatively stepping into your spiritual practice, or creatively making dinner for your family, or creatively reading, or whatever it may be. That if you are creative in every moment, that everything you do is an act of creation into your life. And when we step into that knowing of ourselves, then all of a sudden everything that we do becomes a conscious act of intentionally creating our lives. Whether it is, brushing our teeth or creating a masterpiece for generations to admire. It doesn't matter, because what we are doing is we are showing up as the God that we know we are, as creativity, always. And so going back to that hell yes and that holy no, if we're saying hell yes to intentionally creating every aspect of our life, then those holy no's are simply another act of creating, another act of stepping into ourselves. Another way of showing up and being the wild creativity of the entire universe as the divine point of life as each of and every one of us. And so with all of that being said, I have a art project for us today. So our Tell Us today, as y'all know, if you're new here, maybe you don't know, but we do tell us and we have people come up and answer questions. Well, today I have a question, and if you're online, you're going to answer the question in the chat, and we're going to add it to the art project. If you're here in the room, you are going to put your answer to this question on the art project, which is our bulletin board right over there. As y'all know, I threatened last year that bulletin board was going to be an interactive community bulletin board, and here we are, interacting as a community. And so my question is, what creativity are you bringing to Celebration Center? What do you see for Celebration Center? What is your intention for Celebration Center? This is the first time we've been back in the room together in a few months. This is the first time that we're doing something artsy like that. And so I have a bulletin board. If you're online, you can't see. I have a bulletin board over here. It's covered in butcher paper. I have a drop cloth on the floor. If you're going to spill paint, please try to do it on the drop cloth as much as possible. And I have a whole table of paints and glitter and paintbrushes and all kinds of art supplies and a whole stack of paper plates so you can create your own palettes. You can draw pictures, you can draw words, you can use your hands, you can use the paintbrushes, you can go, find a piece of trash and use the trash as a paintbrush, whatever you do. And I invite you to put your intention, your spark of that divine imagination that is who you are onto that canvas in whatever way that looks like. Maybe it's something small and simple. Maybe it's something big and robust. Maybe it's a word. Maybe it's a color. Maybe it's a drawing. Whatever it is, I invite you, all of you, to do that. And if you are online, I invite you to put either a phrase or a word of what you are bringing, what you see the intention for the community to be, into the chat right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to print it out on my Cricut so that it cuts it out all nice and neat and pretty, and I'm going to put it on, overlay it, so that everybody, whether you are here in the room getting messy with the paints and dropping paint on the drop cloth only, or whether you are online, that you are truly co-creating this experience, this interactive community intention and expression of creativity together. So, does that work for everyone? So you are welcome. If you feel so led, from this moment on, you can get up at any moment and head over there and add your spark of imagination to the bulletin board. That way there's not like a run all at the end of the service. Or you can wait until the service ends. But I'm going to just assume if you get up and wander away that it's because you were sparked by your own creativity and imagination, and you are welcome to head over there and add your spark and just hang out, and we're going to just let it flow, and it's going to be amazing, whatever the it is. Yes, Harrison. All back on the table. Yep, there's a whole table. Yeah, so have at it, everyone. And with that, I invite us to go into prayer. This creative spark that I feel welling up in this space right now. Not only is it welling up within me, but it is welling up in this entire community. That is that divine thing, that essence, that wild imagining, the creator that is ever creating through and in and as each and every one of us, that we are this divine essence. We are the consciousness. We are the intentionality. We are the creativity of this entire universe, wrapped up and expressing itself in each and every moment, each and every day, each and every way that we show up to life. And so I just breathe that in, and I know that to be true for each and every person on this planet, whether they ever hear my voice or not, that each and every one of us are stepping more and more fully into our creativity, into our bliss, into our essence. And that this community is welling up in creativity in everything that we do, say, and think as we come together clear and kind, as we come together with our hell yeses and our holy no's, choosing to truly be a beloved divine community in every single way. And I am so grateful for this amazing community. So grateful for the inspiration and the expression of each and every individual here and everything that is brought to the table of this community. And so I simply release my word. I let it go. I know it is done as I have spoken. And so it is. And so, once again, if you are online, short phrase or word of what your intention and creativity is for this community, and we will add it to our communal art project as well. And I love you all, and now Joey has another.
That I do. Celebration Center never ceased to impress me. I love coming here, especially Reverend Chris. Impresses me. Thank you. Thank you for that. That was beautiful. And it's the truth, and it resonates with me, and I am grateful to get to be a person alive on an earth that is, as you described it, everything's a part of a creative process. This song is about, I played y'all a song about trusting yourself and learning to be happy alone. I played you guys a song about Martians warning humanity about, value what you've got here on this lovely earth. This song is about some memories that I have and understanding that I don't have all the answers. I know where I'm going any given moment, 'cause someone special told me I believe in you. I could take for granted, but I understand it. If I stay empty-handed, I cannot lose. Nothing good comes easy, and if it does, it's leaving soon. I can move a mountain, or I can go around it. When my head gets clouded, I stay grounded, 'cause I know the truth. It's all the little things, heartbeats and guitar strings, a soul and the song it sings to us. Antiques and angel wings, all of the joy it brings to just remember that every dream can rust. I wasn't the first who found it. I don't even care about it. I could swear and shout it. I could beat it if I needed to. As long as you keep breathing, every simple sweet thing, any road you need to walk will find its way to you. It's all the little things, heartbeats and guitar strings, a soul and the song it sings to us. Antiques and angel wings, all of the joy it brings to just remember that every dream can rust. Everything we build turns to dust. I don't have all the answers. I can't cure your cancer. If I reached out your hand, I'd hesitate. I would debate, reach back too late. I would abandon you. No matter how I'd love to help, I can't save you from yourself until you freeze your own hell, free your own self, see your own way to seize your own. Oh, it's all the little things, heartbeats and guitar strings, a soul and the song it sings to us. Antiques and angel wings, all of the joy it brings to just remember that every dream can rust. Everything that builds us up and everything we build turns to dust. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Joey. And the board is open, so if a couple more people would like to go add your spark of inspiration and imagination, you are welcome to do that. And this is the time in our service for our gifts and our offerings. And as a reminder, your presence in this community, whether you are here in the room or online, whether you have ever been in the room or never been in the room, whether we even know that you're here or not, that your very presence brings something to this community that was not here before, and it is a gift. And if you have a donation or a love offering that you would like to give, we are a tithing community, and there are a couple of different ways you can do that. If you are here in the room, we have our good old trusty table still up. You're welcome to drop your tithes and offerings into the baskets on either side. And if you are online or if you go home later, if you go to celebrationcenter.org and click on the Give button, or you can go celebrationcenter.org/donate, either of those will take you to our Secure Breeze site in order to donate. And we appreciate and bless all of the gifts that are brought into the center. And now if you will join me in repeating the offertory affirmation, I like to put my hands on my heart, or perhaps you like to open your hands up, and let's say it together. I open my heart to give and receive the blessings that our spirits promise to me. As I do, the entire universe conspires to give me an abundant life, and I open to accept it, and so it is.
Bless these gifts, these open-hearted gifts that are given freely, knowing that these gifts are blessing the center and blessing the giver, that we are activating the powerful law of circulation in this life. The Spirit is in the gift, and Spirit is in the giver. And so we simply are grateful to receive and to embrace all that life has to give us. And so it is.
Is in the gift and in the giver. Thank you, Jen. I played this song last time I was here, and I like this song. And this is the song that I get asked to play the most of the songs that I have written in the short time that I've been writing songs. There's also a video up on YouTube if anybody wants to check this out. It's under Most Savage Gentlemen's YouTube channel. That's a band that I'm in, and those fine gentlemen interrogated me on every single meaning of every single word in this song to develop a video completely independent of me, and it's really, really magnificent. And so I just want to emphasize the message that we've gotten from Reverend Chris and Reader Jen. Is that an honorific? Thank you. That creativity comes from all sorts of places, you know, and it doesn't necessarily always have to be a positive emotion that you're channeling to get a positive gift and to give a positive message. And that's what this is. And I hope you received the last song as such as well. I feel like that song ended a little bit, I'm not really going to rewrite it, but ends a little bit morose, but it really is a positive message to me. And so is this one. So, please receive it as such. I've got a government in my head. It's not what it looks like on the outside. And I didn't just come here to break some bread. Now I've heard a disturbance and this is what it sounds like. The rich get richer, the fat get fatter, while we all disagree about which lives matter. The dumb get dumber and the bad get worse, while we praise Mother Earth on paper pages that curse her. The broken are stepped on, the poor get poorer. A mother lost a young son to those who ignore her. But I'm just one of the few like you, so I won't say anything. The calm words of the worthwhile heard by the servile serve to deter from our purpose. And every third word is ductile, charged by our fears and delivered via circuits. As free radicals and Gentiles make a state of caffeinated Catholics nervous. But if my people had the nerve to unearth what they know they're hearing underneath the surface, it would go, the last one was too close, this time give them 2 votes. The first one has a yes, and the second one has 2 no's. And keep those stocks up, we don't want to lose those. Cancel someone's welfare, money's coming too slow. New apps, new shoes, new shows, mention war on drugs, hit them with some new dope. And I hope you're taking good notes, cause here's the silencer for the gun with the red, white, and the blue smoke. Lock up all the black men so they can't vote. It's time to set this country back on cruise control. If you're winning the game, don't say anything. If you got a 401k, don't say anything. So much is a shame, yeah. Oh, but don't say anything, 'cause it's a beautiful day. Got a problem with the people, a problem with evil. I'm calling on the peaceful to cease. If you need a reason to believe that it's the season, you can hear it in the fall of every leaf. And the seeds as they grow, they don't know what we know, and far too many learn it after their release. The family trees catch diseases, and the roots beneath the tree says there's far too many branches with police. The militarization of our nation's foundation, the wheels and the cogs and the grease go beyond where they're needed. They feed us, we eat it, we read it, we watch it, we live it, we bleed. If you've got something to say, don't say anything. You can hope, you can pray, oh, but don't say anything. You can wish that tomorrow is nothing like today. You can miss me when it's my turn, but don't say anything to the families with ones that have been shot down. Don't say anything, and to the friends of the families with ones shot down. No, don't say anything to the friends of families with ones that were shot down. Don't say anything unless they come knocking on your door in your town. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't you say anything. Oh, don't say anything. And I feel the need. Because I did have one bandmate actually who interpreted not as tongue-in-cheek, not as sarcasm. And he was like, "Why are you telling people to not speak against justice?" I was like, "No, bro, it's sarcasm. It's basically sarcasm. I'm saying that everybody, it's based on Martin Niemöller's First They Came. First they came for the Jews, and I didn't say anything because I'm not Jewish. Then they came for the Muslims, and I didn't say anything because I'm not Muslim. Blah, 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 blah. And then they came for me, and nobody spoke up because nobody was left." That's the concept of the song. So I'm glad. I learned years. I wrote the song in 2016. I learned later that some people didn't. So thank you. I love you all. I appreciate you all.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you. I love your music was perfect to open up our month of creativity with Martians and sarcasm and moroseness and inspiration and all the whole gamut and baby Martians. Because all of it is creativity, right? Every moment of our lives. And so I have decided that watching people do art while the service is going on is my new favorite thing. So we'll probably do more of this. And with that, I would like to invite you, if you are here in the room, and of course, add your art on, but we're also going to be doing the hybrid time, so please stick around and be a part of that. If you are online, you can go to celebrationcenter.org and click on Enter Zoom Events. Give us just a few minutes to get all the technology set up, and we will be there. And with all of that, I send all of us out into the world to live our brightest, most creative, inspired, imaginative lives possible, because each and every one of us is that divine, creating the ever-creating creator in everything that we do. And so it is.